Welcome back to the Good Sport Podcast, a podcast by teens for teens about the virtue of sports and how athletics shape our character. This is a podcast where we talk about the lessons sport teach us about discipline, perseverance, humility, and leadership. Sports aren't just games, they shape who we become. Today, sports are often treated like idols. Winning, fame, and stats become everything. But the real value of sports is the character they build in us. My name is Isaac, and I'm a student who loves sports and the lessons they teach. I started this podcast because I think sports are one of the best ways that young people can develop discipline, leadership, and strong character. In each episode, we'll talk with athletes, coaches, or people involved in sports to discover what sports really teach us about life. Have you ever held a sports card worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? What makes the card valuable? Is it just rarity, or is it the story behind the athlete? Today, I visited a sports card shop called Supreme Sports Cards, where collectors gather to celebrate the athletes and moments that make sports special. Some people that I saw there were the employees at the shop, fellow sports card collectors, famous athletes represented on the cards, myself, and my dad. What we were doing was trying to learn more about sports cards and the stories behind them. I got into sports cards when my grandfather shipped me a ton of them from the 1980s. I found some Barry Bonds cards, some John Smoltz, and some other great Hall of Famers. One of the coolest cards I've ever seen was a Cooper Flag autograph, one of one, that was worth $7,000. One reason a card may be special to a collector is if it's a hometown hero. Another reason may be if it's a very valuable card. Sometimes, though, a fan just connects with the card. I visited Supreme Sports Cards recently when I stopped by the shop to see how fans like me can learn how a player is more than just their card. This happened at Supreme Sports Cards, a shop filled with display cases of cards, collectors talking about athletes, and the history of sports captured in small pieces of cardboard. How'd you get into collecting?
I've always liked collecting. As a kid, I liked collecting. I just used to play video games a lot, so I'd play like FIFA or Madden, and I'd get like a lot of the cards on Ultimate Team and try to build my team. So I liked opening packs and stuff. So then I was like, oh, sports cards. Let me get into that. So I got into that 7 years ago.
What's the most valuable card you've ever pulled?
Me personally was a Victor Wembanyama 1/1 rookie case hit. Cool.
Do you think there's value in sports cards beyond financially?
Yeah. A lot of the stuff, like if you open cards with your dad or anything, I think it's more meaningful than a card that you hit that's like $200. Like it means more to you. You open it with your dad, you remember that memory. I think it's very cool to open cards with your parents or with your friends, something like that. Just to remember that memory and you cherish that card more than a lot of the other ones that you have. It's cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, bro. Appreciate you.
Alright, how did you get into collecting?
Well, my dad collected cards when he was little, so then during quarantine we both picked it back together because I found his own cards. Yeah.
Cool. What's the most valuable card you've ever pulled?
The most valuable card I ever pulled, it was maybe when Trevor Lawrence was like a really, really sought after player. 2021, we pulled a 1-of-1 auto of him, my dad and I. Or 2020, when Aaron Judge wasn't super good, we pulled a 1-of-1 on-card auto of Aaron Judge, but it wasn't worth too much back then.
Do you think there's value in sports cards beyond financially?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think it's an awesome habit and hobby to collect and kind of look at what you enjoy. And I think the financial benefits are big as well because you can make it into a job. You can take your hobby and make it into a job as well. Yeah, thank you.
My visit to Supreme Sports Cards was very impactful for me. This was because both employees that I asked how they saw value other than financially in sports cards answered with a community answer. This means that they both believe if you're opening cards with your friends or family, that it will have more meaning to you than a valuable card you pulled by yourself. This shows the virtue of community. Thank you for watching the Good Sport Podcast. Please like and subscribe.